Specifically, Title V contains a range of measures requested by a number of Indian tribes, the Alaska Native corporations, to streamline burdensome federal regulation and legal procedures that hinder exploration, development, and production of energy on their lands. There are 56 million acres of land held in trust by the federal government for the benefit of Indians. 56 million. In Alaska, there's 44 million acres, a total landmass larger than the state of California. Many of these areas are rich in untapped energy resources. It is estimated that up to 10% or more of our nation's energy is obtained on native lands. The problem is that outdated federal policy thwarts the ability of tribes to use their lands for their benefit. Leases of lands, Indians trust land, require federal review and approval, which arguably brings little or no value to the tribes involved. If federal review and approval of energy leases created by economic value, then private landowners and state governments would be clamoring to have their projects reviewed and approved by the federal government too. These are a few better measures on how ineffective federal supervision of Indian affairs has been, that the fact that since 2010 nearly $5 billion has been paid by the government to Indians to settle federal mismanagement of their trust lands. While many Indian tribes and Alaska Native corporations have made great strides in building businesses and strengthening their economies, tribal communities remain at the bottom of nearly every economic and social indicator. The sad fact that the 21st century America, severe poverty wears a Native face. And instead of helping tribes make positive strides for energy development, the Obama administration is erecting new hurdles. The EPA canceled the valid permit for the largest tribe to operate a large power plant on its land with its coal. The Department of Interior has proposed a hydraulic fracturing rule that makes Indian lands less competitive and less attractive to the industry, again taken away from the American Indians. Fortunately, several tribes are seeking to shed the current federal system altogether and take over management of their lands and energy resources. And these tribes ask provision in Title V of the bill today. It's a great pleasure that the standalone bill on which Title V is based, H.R. 1548, has been endorsed by the National Congress of American Indians and several individual tribes. It is time to stop treating Indian trust lands as public lands. They are not public lands, they're private lands. And increase the tribes' powers of self-governance over their energy resources for the good of their deal. 2 seconds.
I yield the gentleman an additional 30 minutes, or 30 seconds.
Thank you.
The gentleman's recognized.
Energy resources for the good of their members for the good of the United States of energy security. Let's make the principle of tribal self-governance, which you talk about and never follow. Never give the Indians a break for anything. Pat them on the head. Give them a blanket and a half of beef and be quiet. That's that side over there. You do not support the American Indians. You never have.